Attending this year's ASH has been both rewarding and enlightening. I really enjoyed listening to the myeloma specialist debate about the controversies happening in myeloma. They debated both on the Friday satellite session, the IMF satellite session on Friday, and in an education session. Some of the topics they were debating is, when do we start treatment with myeloma? Should myeloma treatment be continuous or of fixed duration? How do we test for MRD? And once we find if you're MRD negative or positive, what do we do with those results? And even in this era of novel therapies, they're still arguing about the role of stem cell transplant. And actually, I even heard a presentation talking about tandem transplants are better than single transplants. So there really still are no definitive answers to any of these questions, but it was encouraging to hear that doctors are so passionate and still discussing these hot topics that are still very patient answers to these topics. Another nice event I attended was the grants reception. And at the grants reception, we heard stories from survivors that provided lots of hope. But another thing that was really great about the grants reception was I had the opportunity to meet many of the young researchers who decided to devote their research and their study to the field of myeloma. And I got to know them, and that was pretty exciting. Some of the noteworthy news that I found here at ASH, of course, is the CAR T-cell results. They've been positive in almost all the studies, although the number of subjects in the studies has been very limited, and the amount of time of follow-up has been very short, but it's been very encouraging. Another encouraging abstract that I attended was about sub-Q daratumumab, and they're finding not only is it efficacious, but also that they found that the volume that they could use is going to be even smaller, and the sub-Q infusion is going to be even a less amount of time. So I thought that was exciting. Another noteworthy abstract was that they found success using Ninlaro as a maintenance therapy for patients. And the other area that there seemed to be a lot of work in since last year was in the area of precision medicine. But quite honestly, I attended that scientific session, and although I knew it was exciting because I could tell all the people in the room were excited about it, I had no idea what they were talking about. It was way above my head. And finally, one of the most interesting abstracts to me was an abstract on the flu vaccination. One of the docs here presented that taking 2 doses of high-dose Fluzone vaccine is better than the traditional method of getting your flu vaccination every year. They did some titers testing to see how much of that immunity was left in your blood at the end of the flu season, and they found that the people who took the 2 doses of the high-dose vaccination had more seroprotection, they called it. So they still need to do some more studies to determine the optimum dose and the timing, but I thought that was something very exciting for us myeloma patients, especially since infection is one of the things that we're very scared of. So that's my summary of the highlights of ASH this year.